got the
Hey! Oh, we got the okay. Somebody there? Hello! Hey, it's Charene Herrera. We have Patrick with Wind River Internet. We are back with another episode of Tech Tips, where we get to find out about all kinds of stuff technology as it advances in the world. And if you're like me and have no idea about the world of technology, then Patrick is here to help. So Patrick, we get to talk today about NFTs. What does that mean?
Yeah, so I'm sure if you haven't been living under a rock, and I use that a lot, you've probably heard about NFTs. And
I'm under a rock a little bit.
what the heck is an NFT?
Right.
Well, it's a non-fungible token, and it's a non-interchangeable unit of data stored on a blockchain in a digital ledger, which sounds like a bunch of...
So essentially, it's owning something digitally.
Yeah.
Like if you had a copyrighted piece of music, which I deal with, that normally used to be paper copyrighted, and now this is digital.
Yeah, so it's using blockchain to store smart contracts, which we'll get into in a minute. And so if you buy an NFT, you're not really buying that picture of a bored ape for $1 million. You're actually buying the rights to that art.
Oh.
So it's not like
you own the piece, but you own the rights.
Yeah. It's like it's yours, but I mean anybody could take a picture of it and share it or whatever.
They don't have to pay you in that instance.
Well, you could theoretically sue them, but nobody's going to. Well, maybe if it's with $1 million, but
right. So if you created something, would you want to have an NFT to kind of protect you then?
Yeah, you could. Yeah, so you could mint your own NFT. There's what they call, minting and gas fees, and it's on the Ethereum platform. So it costs a little bit of money depending on how quickly you want it made. You pay more to have it made quicker. And the miners that do the minting, they charge a percentage.
So a couple episodes before, we talked about Ethereum and Bitcoin as well, because Bitcoin, you've explained to me before, and I've actually learned a lot from Tech Tips, Patrick, so thank you. But before you talked to me about Bitcoin and blockchain, and now I learned, just talking off Facebook here, that Bitcoin is kind of the granddaddy of the blockchain, but NFT uses Ethereum.
Correct. Yep.
I'm learning.
Yeah. So there's what they have Bitcoin, and then they have what they call altcoins. So Bitcoin's like the original blockchain cryptocurrency, and pretty much everything else is altcoins. And now the biggest altcoin is arguably Ethereum, because there's a whole bunch of subsidiaries of it, and a lot of those are NFTs. And there's also a lot of tokens that people are calling coins, but they're not really coins. They're just tokens of Ethereum, like Shiba Inu and ApeCoin, and there's a bunch of weird ones. But
so with NFT and the data being stored, how does this work with Bitcoin? Or cryptocurrency in general, I should say.
Like I said, it's usually in Ethereum, although it could be in other altcoins that support the ability to do smart contracts. It depends on the NFT. But right now, the popular one's Ethereum. You could take your Bitcoin and you could exchange it for Ethereum to buy your NFT.
Got it. Okay. See, that makes a little bit more sense to me, because I'm kind of getting into the world of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency and trying to understand a little bit more, as it's just honestly, I mean, I know we kind of live in a scaled back world, but it's becoming so popular throughout the world and the country too. So finding out from Patrick about NFT, can you actually make some money by purchasing NFTs for things?
Yeah, so it's kind of crazy. I'll show on the screen here, this OpenSea is like one of the biggest exchanges of NFTs. And you can see right here in the last 7 days, people that bought this 8-bit me went up 7,000%. So, yeah, you can make a little bit of money.
Okay, you're perking my interest a little bit.
But you look at the Moonbirds #1, and it's down 50%. So,
what is Moonbirds?
I don't know, but if you spent $100 on it last week, it's only worth $50 today.
Oh, so you lost money.
So you lost some money.
Okay, all right. So it's kind of like a stock and investment when you're talking about it.
Yeah, people got a little carried away with these, I think, personally. Like these these apes. I don't know what the deal is with the apes, but they're just. I think it stems from Wall Street bets, and people refer to themselves as apes because they're making not quite sound investments on purpose and bragging about it. But they've done some amazing things, like made the GameStop stock go through the roof, and AMC, and then now these NFTs, the Bored Ape Yacht Club, they do. These things were selling for just hundreds of dollars, and now they're literally thousands of dollars. Because people just keep selling them back and forth, and they just keep going up in value all the time.
How do people start? Like, if they had a desire to get involved in NFTs, what is that process?
Well, the process would be you'd go to
like somewhere like OpenSea?
Something like OpenSea. There's NFT.com just started this week, and you would create an account. You would transfer in some Ethereum, and you purchase. You purchase.
So you need cryptocurrency.
You have to have cryptocurrency to buy.
Got it.
Yep. I actually haven't bought any NFTs yet.
This is the first time I'm hearing of. I mean, I've heard a little bit about them. How long have NFTs been around?
Ooh, that's a really good question. I don't know.
On Google? Well, we talk about the non-fungible and then the fungibility too as well.
June 2012? No, that can't be right.
That's 10 years. That makes sense, I guess, because a lot of things take 10 years to get to
I'm looking at the wrong thing. Yeah, but it got popular just in like the past year since the lockdown.
Yeah, no, that makes total sense. People are at home, they're using their computers a little bit more and trying to find some supplemental income as well, so that makes total sense. If you're just tuning in, I'm Charene Herrera, Patrick with Wind River Internet. We are Tech Tips. The episode of Tech Tips for this month is about NFT, which is a version of like a ledger that's digital, that's like copywriting something that you own. Yeah. And so it's all done through cryptocurrency, but essentially you could own a piece of artwork and you would have the rights to that. Yeah. If somebody in a big time movie wanted to use your artwork, you would get paid, right? Yeah, it depends on what the contract says. So that's what they're called, the smart contracts, and they're self-executing contracts with the terms of agreement between the buyer and the seller directly written into the lines of code. And then it's in the blockchain, so it's everywhere, so it can't be changed. Oh, my head hurts from all this. So smart. But the way the world's going is this. Yeah, and you can't. And the fact that it's non-fungible means that I can't be like, I'll give you 10 NFTs for 2 or for 5. You can't split it in half. Right. Yeah. So you can't. There's just no exchange there. Yeah. There's no non-fungible. Yeah. The non-fungible means like you get the one painting, but you can't give me back 2 half paintings. It doesn't work that way. Yeah. Well, that makes sense. I mean, they're obviously trying to regulate it a little bit as they're going through a learning process and growing too with NFT and cryptocurrency in general. And I wanted to get to this this article that I saw. It was a few months ago, and it's just really cool. And it has to do with a DAO, which is a decentralized autonomous organization. And that basically means the organization is managed by its community. So there's a group called City DIO, and they plan to buy land all over the United States or the world, and they started here in Wyoming. What? Yeah. Really? So they bought a piece of land in Wyoming, and you can join this DIO, and you can be part of the owner of this land. What do you do with the land? Apparently self-governance, so it's like you vote. People like, do you want to throw a party there? Do you want to start a campfire? Or whatever. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, do you want the people that own part of it? Do you want to be able to go camp there or whatever? I didn't know that DAO had started here in Wyoming. Yeah, so it allows for governance via LLC corporations. And because LLCs can own land in Wyoming, they can buy land. So what does this mean with the NFT, though, and the DAO? Are they? So they're essentially a similar thing. So basically, you're buying an NFT of physical land. Ah, so theirs is also digital for that purchase. Yeah, so like basically the title is digital. It's in the blockchain. Okay. And the way they're setting theirs up is they're going to have like basically X amount of tokens. So when you own so many tokens, you own so much of the land. Wow. And they'll divide up the land, and you can buy, one chunk of land. Reminds me of Farm Bill. Yeah. So I just thought it was kind of cool. Wyoming's like That is
ahead of everybody else in terms
which is
of,
normally not the case.
Yeah.
You're into technology, and so you know that firsthand. But that is a great piece of knowledge that I had no idea about, and an interesting piece too, as folks are owning pieces of everything digitally now. It seems, or
if you want to show my screen here, this is that city DIO. So Parcel 0 is the first one that they have here in Wyoming. I can't remember if it was by like Sheridan or somewhere.
Wow.
Yeah, they decided they wanted to set up in Wyoming.
I wonder if they'll keep all the land public lands in public hands.
Well,
it's not really public if they purchased it. But it says here that why put land on the blockchain, because they're trying to,
instant land transfers.
Access.
Yeah, so instead of like going
access.
through, a realtor and a title company and all that stuff, I'd be like, you want to send me a Bored Ape? I'll give you a piece of land.
I don't know. I've got to get hip with the lingo here. I've got to get on everything here. I'm going to be on OpenSea, and I saw CryptoPunks on there. You'll find me on CryptoPunks at some point, maybe. But no, Patrick, the world is ever evolving, and we talked about virtual reality. We've talked a lot about cryptocurrency, the difference between Ethereum and Bitcoin, and now NFT, which, again, remember that NFT stands for, because I have to look it up, non-fungible token, and there are fungible tokens as well. In that case, it means they can't be transferred as far as I give you this, you give me two of the same.
Yeah,
so.
and please keep the conversation going. If you got questions or actual answers, because this is such a wide open and topic, and it's so detailed. I don't know nearly enough about it, but enough to just kind of start the conversation, I suppose.
Yeah, well, it's a great place to start, and it's great to find out about that DAO and their first parcel. I mean, in the country is here in Wyoming, and that is all done through NFTs as well. So do we have any questions, Terry?
Nope.
People are just learning about the NFTs, just like kind of me, myself, and I. Anything else on this, Patrick? Are you going to start investing? Are you going to start?
I might start a company as a DIO. That'd be fun.
I like the fact that you said it was community.
Yeah,
That's so cool, because we're all about community here.
Well, the neat thing about the blockchain and the way that it's going to work, or at least in the DIO.
Yeah, look that up. There's two different meanings there.
DAO, the decentralized autonomous organization, is that you can build into the code the governance of that organization. So there's no arguing or bickering. It's just like
the code is the code.
The code is the code. This is the way it's done.
I like that.
So yeah.
The code of NFT, the only way. Well, we'll be interested too. I'm sure Patrick will chat about this again as things kind of come, more out about the NFT.
I'm sure that there'll be more details in various aspects as they hit the media or affect us locally here.
Yeah, and like he mentioned, that DAO, their first piece of land here in the country is in Wyoming, so it does affect us right here. If you think that, things don't come to Wyoming for 10 plus years, we're kind of out of that now, and we're getting, technology and advancement sometimes just as fast, if not first in this case, than other places in the country. And so it's good for us to know about this information, Patrick. It's good for us to be hip to the technology, because we all know that when we have those issues, it's the worst when you don't know anything about it. And so you can look back at all kinds of tech tips videos too, by the way. If you're thinking about a virtual reality package for a grad coming up here in a few weeks, I know I've got some friends that have talked about that. You want to check out Patrick's last month's virtual reality episode too, where we actually had some demonstrations and some cool information there too as well.
Do you have any Wind River internet updates, Pat?
Wind River internet updates. Weather's getting nicer. We're back to doing some more serious groundwork on the fiber.
Good.
Fort Washakie is getting really close now, so we're going to be lighting up homes here probably in the next month, maybe two, in the Fort Washakie way with fiber optics. In Lander, we've got some new service out there, so the connectivity is going to be better for people in Lander. We got a new incoming backbone that's 100 gigabit, in addition to 4 other 10 gig ones. So we have a lot of capacity to feed all those fiber optic connections now.
Well, we love keeping up with Wind River Internet and what Patrick has going on. So we'll be back again next month. It's pretty close to next month, so we may be back sooner than we think. We're wrapping up April here, but we will be back in May with another episode of Tech Tips. You can always find Patrick, though, Wind River Internet, right here on Main Street in Riverton by Smith's. And you can ask him all kinds of questions if you need. He's a good guy and full of information.
I try.
Thanks, guys, and have a great day.